All right, Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com. Just want to do a quick video today, 7/29/14, um, about the open border policy and what's going on with um, the stream of It's obvious that Homeland Security is bringing a bunch of people in from South America, and a congressman came out today and said he got out of a meeting with the some subcommittee on the budget or something, and he says that all these illegal coming in and being legalized will help lower the deficit, the national debt, and overall it'll be good long-term growth for the country, for the corporation. So what are they saying? And that's actually true, because everyone they get to sign up as a U.S. citizen to get on the citizenship is credit. They'll get credit for that bond that's issued against their future labor. They'll get credit from the central bankers. So yeah, it will lower the national debt. But what I see is there's not really enough jobs here to really employ all these people. So there's going to be kind of a lag on the system. And I think it's what they want is kind of put everybody into a lower class system where you're just given a debit card for an EBT card, and you live off that, and you're given free housing. But anyway, not to get into all that, but so what they're going to do, these people that are coming up here, these kids or whatever, and then the adults too, they're going to get on the U.S. citizenship, and now you're subject to paying all the national debt back. You have that instantly loaded onto your back, and because of that, you're going to be subject to the like 60 million statutes and codes that are on the books. So here you have some people that are coming from a country that's pretty much lawless into a total technology-based police state type of a situation. So I would guess that a majority of the young men are probably going to wind up in a gang situation somewhere along the line. You can try and educate them, but I think it's going to take a couple of generations of educating the wildness out of them, because they haven't been domesticated like we have. They haven't been living on fluoridated water and breathing and eating GMO food. So they're just gonna. So I would guess too, and the main goal is not just getting them on the citizenship, but then getting them into the criminal justice system, where they make the real big money. And that's the biggest business in this country right now, is the prison system, prison industrial complex. So there's 60 million statutes and codes on the books. They're gonna violate something. I mean, they have to, because they're gonna pump the inner cities with drugs, alcohol, all kinds of any form of whatever they want. And so I would venture to guess that a majority of these illegals that are coming in are going to find themselves in the prison system. Already they're giving them court dates, and I don't know whether 3 or 4 years out. And if you don't miss your court date, hey, you get a warrant for your arrest immediately. So they're already going to get fingerprinted. Anytime they get stopped now, they will have to have an ID, and they'll probably chip them eventually, and everybody. And they get you in the court system, and once you violate one of the commercial crimes, all crimes are commercial here in the United States, and there's a monetary value attached to it. It's like I always say, there's always it's 25,000 for this and 50,000 to stab someone, or 100. It depends on where you're at. It's 4 million to kill a U.S. citizen. So, and then you're in a. All courts are debtors courts, because when you get set up as a U.S. citizen, they place a bond into a trust, and then they hold that, the trustee for it, and they have to come to you to pay. So when they charge you and you don't pay them, they take the security for the security, which is the person, the actual human being, and they warehouse you. That's why I heard right now all of the securities in the United States are being held with Homeland Security. And Homeland Security, I don't think means like a security guard type. They're talking about securities, which are the sureties for the bonds and and all the other instruments that they sell. So if people talk about ending the Fed and all this stuff, if you ever ended the Fed or tried to, we would be invaded very quickly by China, and they would have every right to do it. When was the last time this country was invaded? It was 1811, and that was they didn't renew the charter for the central bank, so we were invaded from the north by the British Army again, and they burnt down the White House and they took all the securities and they installed their Inns of Court Masonic type court system, and they took over the courts. The courts are there; they're the banks, and they're administering the bankruptcy. So that's what all the illegals coming in for, because the country is bankrupt. They need more credit. They're running out of credit. That's why you see them going around trying to invade all these countries and steal their gold and their oil and everything. Um, Nothing personal. It's just business. So yeah, they're going to let all these illegals in, millions of them, and they're going to get credit from the central bankers for them. And I would say a majority of them are going to find themselves in the prison system, because once you're in prison, they take your default judgment and they put it on a bond, and those bonds are sold internationally too for whatever the amount of the like if you kill someone, it's 4 million. They issue a $4 million bond, and when it goes when it goes international, they tack another zero on there, so it's like 40 million. Um, it's securitized, and it's sold. So it's just business. This whole country, and as you look into it further, you're going to see it's all just one big business. You get up in the morning, and everybody's going out to earn their Federal Reserve notes, and it's like a giant prison. The cameras and drones and everything everywhere. Um, but yeah, that's all it is. It's just business. So they're going to find themselves. That's why they're building prisons like they're going out of style. I would say the majority of these people are going to find themselves in prison, and unless they're really strong in character and are able to avoid all the pitfalls that are set up for you out here in this country. The streets aren't paved with gold. If there any of you speak English and I'm talking to you right now, you're gonna have a tough road to hoe, man. Because I mean, if you don't have all your licenses and your stickers and your fees paid and your insurances, and there's no way you can make it. You're going to prison. I mean, and now you can't even be homeless because they're going to pick up all the homeless people. I just read an article today about in Los Angeles, they're going to start picking up all the homeless people in Skid Row and putting them into a FEMA type camp, and they're not going to be able to leave. And they're going to do it for their own, you know, for their own safety and for their own benefit. So you're not even going to be able to be homeless, and you can't go live in the woods because they got drones flying over everybody and with infrared cameras, they'll find you. So good luck to all the illegals coming in. You're probably going to wish you stayed because there ain't a train going back down that way. When you get here and you go, oh shit, um, this, I mean, things just got real. Now I'm loaded down with my portion of the national debt because I'm using Federal Reserve notes. I have to pay taxes. Um, there's 60 million statutes and codes on the books. There's cocaine, heroin, alcohol. Everything is just you're just swimming in it. Everybody's nuts on the block. They're all shooting each other. What do you do? Game over, man. So I say welcome to the United States of America, and you'll probably end up in prison. Unfortunately, we have the largest prison system in the world here, and all they want is more. It's insatiable. They want more prisoners. And good luck to you. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Thanks.